Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Justin here and welcome to my What's on My iPhone episode. So I did one on the Android last month and I mentioned that I will also be doing one on the iPhone, the Mac, and the iPad as well, possibly if you guys would like to see that. So the iPhone 6s is my daily driver and I sport it with a D-brand skin, particularly the new copper color, and I think it looks great. So if you would like to pick one up, be sure to check the link in the description section below. If you're wondering why it says MKBHD on it, it's because I was at Team Crispy Live this weekend, and that is the live event hosted by TLD, Unbox Therapy, MKBHD, Austin Evans, and Your Average Consumer, and that was down in Los Angeles, and when I met Marquez, I thought it'd be cool to have him sign my phone, so that explains that. LA was awesome, and I just got back on Monday night, so I had a great weekend down there visiting some companies and just hang out on my long weekend, and definitely hope to visit some more places. And I also really enjoyed meeting some of you guys in person as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and show you the apps that I use on my daily driver, the Apple iPhone 6s. So compared to my Android, I have many more apps on my iPhone, as it has been my daily driver for the past few years. I sorted them based on importance, so the front page has all of the major social media apps, including Instagram, which finally got its multi-account support, and I'm very excited for that. As well as Facebook, which is what I've been starting to use less and less, and of course Twitter, which has been the social media platform I've used the most probably in the past year. I'm a pretty big fan of the Twitter app on iOS, and I like it much more than the one on Android, which seems to be a disaster. In addition to that, I also have the Lifx app on the homepage, allowing me to change the lights in the office with the touch of a button, and I can also change that through the notification widget center as well, which was a nice little integration in iOS 9, and Lifx did a great job implementing that. The second page of applications are ones that I use pretty often as well, starting off with deliveries, and this is where all of my tracking numbers are located. And secondly is also the Expedia app, which is my plane and trip booking app of choice. I found it to give you the best rates for flights and hotels, so I've used it for my past 2 trips and really enjoyed it. It makes booking a trip really fast and simple, even when it's often very last minute, and compiles everything into a nice little itinerary, giving you all the information you need for your trip to run smoothly. Of course, next to that is also an app I use a lot when I'm traveling, especially in the US, and that is Uber. I love the service and once again have had no issues with it whatsoever and would love to see it in more places in the future. Obviously, as a YouTube content creator, I use the YouTube Creator Studio app a lot to just check some analytics and reply to the comments that you guys leave in the videos. In addition to that, I also use the full screen app, which is the network I'm with, and other than that, this page is just full of utilities that I use the most, such as the currency converter here, as well as shopping and payment apps, including my bank app, the PayPal app, Amazon, and eBay, which I use to buy and sell, and Snapchat is also something I use quite a bit as well. I'm also a pretty big hockey fan, so you will also find the official NHL app in here as well to check the scores. And next to that, you'll find the Famebit app, which is the app that I really like to use to find sponsored company collaborations for my channel. But you can probably see the trend right now, and that is the fact that my apps aren't really organized in categories or anything. It's just really based on where I like the icons, and I sort of by now figured out where everything is, and it is convenient for me. In addition to all these utilities, shopping, and business apps it seems, I also have the app Visco located on this page as well, and I really like to use this, especially lately. It's a great way to edit your photos and really enhance the look of it before posting. And moving on to the third page, these are some of the less frequently used apps, but still ones that I would use on a weekly basis. For example, Yik Yak, and my university seems to be pretty active on that, and I also live within the radius of it too, so often just go on that and just find some stuff to read on there. And being someone who loves to take the drone out to fly and sometimes record and take photos outside, a new app that I found is called Golden Hour, and it determines the best time of day to film. The next app is pretty random, it's just a flip a coin app. It often comes in handy and there's just so many uses for it, and it's pretty self-explanatory. There's a red and a green side and you flip it. My note app for choice is Evernote, and I use it for my school notes. For normal notes that I just jot down, I still do use the standard Apple Notes. But for school lecture notes, I like to use Evernote as it syncs everything very nicely between my devices whenever I need to access them. But most importantly, it gives me more flexibility with formatting as opposed to the standard Apple Notes. A lot of the other apps found on this page are pretty seldom used, but another one I really like and found recently is called Shake. And being someone who does a lot of client work and stuff, it has a lot of contract templates that you can easily write up. Splashdrop is an app that a lot of you have probably heard about, and this allows me to access my home computers from anywhere. So a lot of the times I might have forgot to send a file, an email, I can just hop on my computer at home, access it very easily, and get something that I might have forgotten to my device at school, for example. On this last page, you'll find the apps that I use the least, and some of which are the Apple standard apps that you cannot delete, and I kind of just hide them on this last page. But one of them that I found out through Hypebeast recently is called Goat, and I'm someone who likes to buy shoes, and here they pretty much have any shoe that you may ever want, even the ones that are pretty rare. And although it isn't the cheapest place to buy shoes, you could definitely trust that what you're getting is authentic. Other than that, you can probably tell I'm not really into smartphone games. I do have a game called Real Boxing 2, which I do play occasionally and find it pretty fun. But other than that, my phone is just for productivity, for work, for school, and just general use, I guess. And the way I categorize my apps are pretty odd as well, as you can tell. But that pretty much wraps it up for my What's on my iPhone. And if you would like to see the apps that I have on my iPad as well as my Mac, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments section below. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.